Hello, and welcome to My Streaming Bubble, the podcast where I talk about the streamable media I love with the people I tolerate. I am your TV watching and talking host, Jen, and today we're back with the second episode for this month's March Birthday Madness. And this is where we're not just celebrating me and all of our March birthdays that we know and have, but a few of our favorite celebrities as well. So today we are going to be celebrating Mr. Raul Julia. His birthday is March 9th. I believe if I've timed everything correctly, today is the 8th, so tomorrow would be his birthday. So happy early birthday and rest in peace. And joining me today is Bubble Pro Carla from OK Real Quick. And we are celebrating Mr. Julia by talking about 3 of his films: Presumed Innocent, and Street Fighter, and then finally, The Addams Family. So why these 3 movies? Well, I chose Presumed Innocent from 1990 because even though he's not the main star of this film, it is a more dramatic role of his. And honestly, I've never seen this movie. I've never seen Raul act in anything more dramatic than like Street Fighter. Which I'm so sorry. My apologies.
You mean that blessed classic that should be watched by all film students?
It's studied, yes. So I wanted to give it a shot. And then I chose Street Fighter 1994 because it was his last role, and he did film that while he was sick. And he did not fuck around. So very Chadwick Boseman of him, or very Raul Julia of Chadwick, however you want to put that. It's very commendable. And then finally, to end on a happy note, we will be talking about The Addams Family from 1991. Quite possibly his most well-known and pop culture influencing role was his portrayal of Gomez Addams. And I mean, I love the TV show, and nothing against any other versions of Gomez, but my God, it's fine for other actors to play Gomez, and to put their own spin on it, just don't try and be Raul's Gomez.
Amen. Yes.
So, all right. Well, before we get too deep into those, hi, Carla, and welcome back.
Hello, Jen. I'm so happy to be back. I'm so happy to be a Bubble Pro now. Like, I feel like I should put that on like a business card. Like nothing else, just my name and Bubble Pro, and the people figure it out.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I should make that. I should do like some stickers or something in the Redbubble. Let me write that down.
Oh my gosh, how cool.
Pro stickers. Okay, so... And Carla, and for those that may not know, Carla is the host of her podcast, OK Real Quick. And Carla, if you'd like to tell us about OK Real Quick in a very shortened amount of time.
I would love to tell you. OK Real Quick is a very quick podcast in which I talk about stuff that I like. And it's just me, and it's short. And that's it.
And a lot of great topics that range from everything to everything. So,
yes.
And bite size. I love it. So
bite
make
size,
sure
yes.
Everyone check her out. After you listen to this, or now and then come back, whatever you want to do. I'm not your boss. But we'll have Carla give her socials and everything at the end of the episode. So, all right, so this is going to be your official spoiler warning for these 3 films. So if you haven't seen them and you don't want them spoiled, pause the pod, watch them, and then come on back. Welcome back. So I'm going to go ahead and do all the content warnings and IMDb information for all 3 films, and then we will get to discussing them in order. So first up is Presumed Innocent. And content warnings for sexual assault, battery, murder, misogyny, slut-shaming, corruption in the legal system, homophobic slurs, ableism, racism, just to name a few.
Yeah, your quintessential 90s film.
Exactly. I totally had that fucking thought when I was watching it. I was like, oh, my God. What IMDb says is, as a lawyer investigates the murder of a colleague, he finds himself more connected to the crime than anyone else. What I says about this, I says, in the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. In a fictionalized Midwest location, The dirty-ass district attorneys who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as a bunch of bribing-ass bitches. This is their story.
And it's so spot on. Like, you hit it right on the head.
It was a very special SVU episode from back in the day. This movie was written by Scott Turow, Frank Pearson, Alan J. Pakula, and it was directed by Alan J. Pakula, and it stars Harrison Ford, Raul Julia, Brian Dennehy, Greta Scacchi, Bonnie Bedelia, Paul Winfield, and more. It is streamable on Plex for free. You can check it out for free at the library, or you can pay for it if you want.
If you want to give somebody your money, somebody will take it.
Exactly. All right. The second movie we'll be talking about is Street Fighter 1994. Content warnings for Jean-Claude Van Damme, racial stereotypes, bad writing and acting, and Jean-Claude Van Damme. What IMDb says about this, it actually had quite, even like the shortened synopsis on IMDb was longer than the other two.
Oh, so for this, they go all out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm telling you, it's a classic.
They wanted to give it its respects. In the midst of a civil war in Southeast Asia, a general raises the stakes by kidnapping 63 UN relief workers. To free the hostages, a colonel leads a group of fighters who will have to use all their skills to be successful. You know, I just watched this and I didn't even realize that was the plot. It was just a bunch of talking and then kicking and then, yeah.
Well, I mean, your summary is more, yeah.
Well, I don't really have a good one for this one. All I wrote is I fucking hate and love this movie all at the same time. And it just fucking vexes me so. I hate it.
That's the right reaction. The only reaction, really.
I would agree. This movie was written and directed by Stephen E. DeSouza, and it stars Raul Julia, Ming-Na Wen, Kylie Minogue, Byron Mann, and more. It is streamable on... So I couldn't find it to watch for free on any streamer, so it's only available to rent or buy. You can check your local library. We did not have a copy of it in our system, like in our direct system, but I did find it from elsewhere that I could have checked out, but it just wouldn't have gotten here in time, because we can do like a wider search and we can get books. We've gotten items from like Minnesota. So,
oh, nice.
It is pretty nice. It takes a little longer to get here, but you usually have them for a little longer. And then finally, the Addams Family. So I don't have content warnings for this because everything's perfect. And also I wasn't really paying attention. My apologies.
I mean, like, you know, a lot of talk about killing and stuff, but they're mostly just joking. But are they?
Yeah, and it's fine. You know, they're Addamses. So
yeah, exactly.
It's like part of their culture.
A little bit of necrophilia. It's okay. Because it's Addams family necrophilia. So if you keep it in the family, it's fine.
Fine. What IMDb says, con artists plan to fleece an eccentric family using an accomplice who claims to be their long-lost uncle. What I says about this, I says, this is a movie about a picture-perfect family that's like a goth Norman Rockwell painting.
Yep.
Thank you. It is written by Charles Addams, Carolyn Thomas, and Larry Wilson, directed by Barry Sonnenfeld, and stars Raul Julia, Angelica Houston, Christina Ricci, Christopher Lloyd, Dan Hedaya, Jim Workman, Christopher Hart, and many, many more. It is streamable on the Canopy app, which is free with your library card. It's free at the library, or you can buy it. This one I would be okay if you bought it. You have my permission to rent or to pay for the Addams Family. All right, so we're going to start with Presumed Innocent. So Carla, what are your general thoughts on this very cheerful movie?
that bastion of joy that is Presumed Innocent. I hadn't watched it either. And, so I just went into this knowing, okay, Raul's in it, so how bad can it be? And I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh my God, it has every awful thing about media in the 90s. It is so anti-woman. It is so racist. It is so, oh my God. My husband actually watched it with me, and he just kept exclaiming. He's very pearl clutchy though, so like it's a very low bar to clear anyway. But constantly just going like, oh, I can't believe they just said that. Oh, I can't believe it just happened. Like, okay, you're gonna be doing this the whole time, and you're just gonna like completely, what's that thing of like when you breathe too fast, too hard, hyperventilate. You're going to hyperventilate, and you're gonna pass out, and like you're a tall guy. I'm also tall, but I'm not strong, and I can't pick you up off the floor. Could you please just not? That was like the gist, I guess, of the reaction. But the story to me, I hated everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With the exception of like maybe the kid, and even the kid was a little too mouthy for my taste. So I'm like, you know what? Shut up. Yeah. But everybody was absolutely awful. And the ending, I saw it coming from like the very beginning. I'm like, they really telegraphed this. Like they just told you, from the front. But I did like that because Raul really, I think he does a really good job with his role. Harrison Ford, he was trying to act serious. So it was just a little too much for the movie. But for such a convoluted story, I think what it does really well is that it highlights judicial incompetence and the ways in which the supposed justice system has so many ways to screw you over. So, good job on accidentally highlighting that. Like you're trying to make it look like, oh, like this guy is able to do this and bring up all of these really cool, interesting things. Yeah, but it's all built on incompetence. So don't go patting anybody on the back for it. So I'm like, yay.
Yeah, I went into this totally blind. And yeah, Harrison Ford, Brian Denny has like, oh shit, it's like a kind of a who's who of the 90s.
Yeah.
And like, first of all, Harrison Ford spoke way too quietly throughout like
Thank you.
I
Yes.
couldn't fucking hear like I think a couple of times he got a little upset and his voice raised. And I was like, oh, finally, I can hear what you're saying. And it's just like he was just almost like floating through the whole film with his like kind of head in the clouds or whatever. Like he's in like a different world. And I get like, I guess he's kind of like daydreaming about being obsession, stalking, whatever. Like this movie had it all for content warnings. So yeah, I couldn't really, he drove me a little nuts in that sense. Cause I'm like, I know you can be louder.
Oh yeah.
I know
definitely.
You can project.
Yeah, like we've heard your voice before, and it's not this. Because sincerely, I was like, did I put the volume too low? And then I put it up, and I'm like, oh, everybody else is normal. It's just Harrison Ford who is just like, I didn't kill anybody. Can we fix it so that I'm not sent to prison, please? I'm begging you.
I mean, that's pretty much spot on. So, yeah, I actually did not see the twist coming. Obviously, they're trying to paint like Brian Dennehy as, like the big main suspects. I'm like, well, it can't be him because they're trying to make that too obvious. And then everything with like the judge motherfucker. And I was like, so it was the judge, which would have been like, I would have taken that. But I didn't realize until like right before it was revealed. And so I actually got really excited because I'm sorry, but between Carolyn, the dead woman, being kind of a horrible person and using sex to advance her career, to the wife murdering the mistress, like women excelling in men's fields. Like that's, that was kind of my other synopsis for this one, but it was a little too spoilery. So I thought I'd save it. But I loved it. Her story on how she explained how she did everything in third person, that didn't need to go on as long as it did.
Right? Oh my God.
If you're going to tell a story in third person, like, keep it short. Don't have it be like a 10-minute fucking runtime. I don't know if that's how long it actually was, but my God, it felt like that.
It did.
But I loved it. I was just grinning. I was like, oh shit, she ain't fucking around. I kind of like that for her.
No, I mean, like, in a sense, it's like, yay, women, right. Taking matters into our own hands. But to me, okay, just my 2 cents about this is that it would have been a more powerful ending if it had ended with, she walks in and she says what she says. Like, the whole thing down to, like, they hired me or whatever it is that she said. And they just stare at each other and her face kind of falls because she realizes that he knows. But they don't go into it any further because then you can kind of second guess, like, wait, was it her? Was it him? And you know that it was one of them because you saw the tool and the hair and the blood.
Yep.
So you know that somebody in that house did it and it's one of them. But you didn't need like that whole prolonged, like, Bond villain, trauma dump at the end. Oh my God. It's like, that you just made something really interesting, really incredibly boring.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah. So, but other than that, other than her long ass fucking confession, I liked the little twist ending there. I thought it was fun. Like, I'm smiling. I thought it was a fucking hoot. Even when she's telling her long ass story, I was just like, oh my God, this is fantastic. I fucking high key love this. But yeah, Raul Julia, he only comes in maybe like halfway, good 20, 30 minutes in or something. But I have to say, and true with like Street Fighter, like he just lights up every fucking scene that he is in. And yes, his character is representing a man that speaks so fucking quietly that it's not that difficult to outshine him. But Raul outshone everybody, and I almost feel like his presence in each scene made everybody else seem better.
You know what? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, totally. Because he has real gravitas. Mm-hmm. Anytime that he's on the screen, even when he is playing a very silly character, you buy it. You buy the performance. You buy that he is who he says that he is being. It's not just a performance. It is a story. And I love his style. He just, oh my gosh, he has so much presence, and he kind of like forces everybody else to step up their game.
100%. And you know what? If they're not going to, just him being in the room will help lift them up a couple of notches at the very least. Yeah. Because it's like, Harrison Ford just drove me nuts through this movie. But anytime he shared a scene with Raul, then all of a sudden he became a little bit more interesting. But
no, legit, because like it wasn't really until his character comes onto the scene. And he's playing the lawyer who represents Harrison Ford's character. At that point, I was like, oh, thank God, finally it's going to get watchable.
Kind of. It was kind of a slow start. And, it's categorized as like a thriller. And in my experience, in my opinion, thrillers are always a bit more of like a slow burn. And that's fine. Yeah. So, but knowing that like Raul was not the lead, that he was playing the lawyer, I was more or less waiting for him to show up.
Yes.
Because I couldn't hear a fucking thing Harrison Ford said.
Yeah, so we need somebody with some volume on the screen, please. But yeah, I mean, he shows up and he makes the movie so much more enjoyable. And he's, the tone that was set in the movie, it's very quiet and very muted. Everybody kind of moves at a kind of like slowly. Mm-hmm. But even though Raul, he's matching the pace of everybody else, he has something in him that just makes it more compelling. And, you know, it does help that when he gets there, you're at a bit of a crossroads with the whole story. You know, this guy is facing big time jail and you don't know what's really going on. And they're trying to like throw you in 15 different directions of who could actually be, who did this, because, you know, he's saying it wasn't him, but I don't know that I believe him. But Raul kind of reels the whole story together and really makes me, he made me enjoy a movie that I wasn't very much enjoying.
Yes, agreed. Like, I mean, I paid more attention to all the courtroom scenes than I probably have for like any show that's ever, or show or movie that's ever taken place in a courtroom, except for maybe Legally Blonde, because that was just impressive.
No, that's a,
I mean, yeah.
That and My Cousin Vinny.
That was awesome.
That was like a good moment of synchronicity.
Absolutely. Oh, that was the shit. So, but yes, so those are like the two main like courtroom scenes of top all courtroom scenes. But Raul in this one definitely, it made it feel, you know, because like, yeah, Legally Blonde, it's silly, it's fun. You know, same thing with My Cousin Vinny, although supposedly it's been studied and they're like, no, this is actually very, very fucking legit, which is fantastic. I love everything about that. You know, but here in a serious drama, thriller and everything, it was very engaging, you know? It's
right.
I'm trying to think of like other movies that take place in courtrooms and stuff, and it's like there's plenty and they're fine and everything. I don't know why People versus Larry Flynt was the first one that came along, and then Philadelphia. I'm so sorry. So I have range.
There you go. Yes. And I'm sitting here thinking of A Few Good Men, and that scene is, I think, only like as popular as it is because it's very bombastic. Like it's not even necessarily like that great. It's just suddenly very loud, and people are shouting and looking very scary.
Suddenly very loud, and that's exactly what it is. Like, oh shit, why are you yelling?
They got very serious. Now I actually believe him because, you know,
he got
my
loud.
ears, he made my ears hurt, so I believe him now.
But there's just it's more or less like kind of your, you know, there was nothing really like spectacular about this case. Like, yes, someone was murdered and everything, but it's a murder case. Like, sorry, no offense, Carolyn, but it was just more or less like your run of the mill, like, yeah, trial case. But he made it so fascinating. You're just like, what? Tell me more of your theories and how else, and your line of questioning, and love the suit.
Yes. Oh my God. And he wears it so well. Like, not for nothing, but Raul Julia was a very good looking man.
Very good looking man.
I was a very good looking man. And that moment towards the end where, I don't even remember Harrison Ford's character's name, where Harrison Ford's character, Rusty, thank you, yes, which is such a sexy, sexy name. So Rusty is looking at Sandy, the character played by Raul Julia, and basically saying, so you basically blackmailed the judge is what you did. And Sandy, his face was so good, so perfect. Like the kind of that brazen, I don't know, like it's like, yeah, you're welcome. Like, what else was I supposed to do?
Yes.
Just like, you're hiding stuff. I'm trying to represent you and get you out of this. You're welcome. I did the right thing by you. And on top of it, this guy, he's lived a life. And yeah, what he did wasn't great. But unlike you, potentially, he didn't murder anybody. Although he doesn't know that it was actually the wife. But still, you know. So in that sense, also sleazy because you're letting a lot of people off the hook here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I can't even be mad at him because like the way he just sells it as like the morally right thing to do. And I'm like, you know what? I kind of buy it. Not in real life, okay,
100%.
everybody?
Yeah, no. Only in this very specific situation. So, yeah, because my husband watched it with me and he was just like, we get done watching the movie because he knows I was pod prepping with like Raul Julia stuff. And he's like, so you just watched that whole movie for just him and his few scenes? I was like, yeah. But they were like that fucking good. But yeah, we get done watching the movie and everything, and we're kind of talking about the different characters. Everyone's a piece of trash and everything. And he's just like, yeah, even the lawyer, he's like, the lawyer definitely seemed greasy too, but not like as greasy as everyone else. But it's like,
right.
But I don't know. He is still pretty fucking greasy. Like he's just another no good Nick. But a very, very handsome, well-dressed no good Nick.
Yes, he may be, like murder and bribery apologist trash, but did you see the way he wore that suit?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even like picking on you with that because that was exactly my train of thought. It's like, yeah, he may have done all that, but did you get a look at him?
Yes.
Look
at that suit. Look at him. Fantastic. Anything else with Presumed Innocent?
No, it's a terrible movie about terrible people, and I think we're good here.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. I was like, the only other thing I have written down is Carolyn, the woman that was murdered. I was just like, oh, she's kind of an ableist and a racist because
yes,
she makes the way she says to Harrison Ford's character about like firing his secretary, the black woman, when she comes in and she's like, your wife is on the phone. Like, sir, excuse me, just doing what a good assistant should be doing. But the way Carolyn's like, oh, why haven't you fired her yet? Just the snottiness.
Yes. Oh my God. It was so like affronted white woman who just got called out on something that she did that's terrible by a person of color or a black woman specifically.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%. So
she was like the pre-Karen.
She was like the mold in which all the Karens would be formed afterwards. And then she had, I can't remember what it was, but she had some snide ass comment about the character the woman that was in the wheelchair. I don't even remember her name. But I also just want to give a shout out to them just having a character that's a wheelchair user where she was in 2 scenes. She had maybe a total of like 10 lines and none of them had to do with her disability, her being in the chair. Right. Carolyn made it about her disability.
Yeah.
So
but the rest of the movie didn't even like touch it. Yeah. And I really liked that too up until Carolyn's comment because and she was just a colleague. Mm-hmm. Like any of the other colleagues, just colleaguing it up.
Yep. Colleaguing it up. All right. And that's all I have to say about Presumed Innocent. Yep. My first and last watch of that movie. All right. Up next. So is Street Fighter from 1994. Carla, what are your general thoughts on this cinematic classic?
Okay. So listen. Okay.
I know.
I loved Street Fighter, the game. I played it so much as a kid. So when I saw that a movie was coming out, I was still in like my baby phase where I still wasn't jaded at the thought of things getting turned into movies that didn't need to be movies or about like, existing IP being further commodified. And look at the cast. Not Jean-Claude Van Damme, screw him. Mm-mm. But like, you have Ming-Na, who is, oh my God, I've been in love with her forever, for absolute ever. You have Raul, who I had been in love with forever as well. And, there were so many hot guys on that. Did you see Vega? Because Vega alone was worth dealing with all of that. Like, even if you just fast forward to the scenes that he's in, because, oh my God, unbelievable. And it had like so many great funny moments. It had like pretty much all of my favorite characters doing weird things. It also had this one spectacular line by Dr. Dalsim which I was like, this is incredibly profound for a terrible movie about a video game, where Dr. Dalsim says, if good men do nothing, that is evil enough. And I'm like, wow, mind blown in this awful movie.
Yes.
But aside from that, it's trash. Okay. The movie is absolute trash. If they had leaned a little bit more into the camp, I think it would have been like one of those huge things, like, like Rocky Horror Picture Show, even. I think it would have been appreciated that much more. I think that they tried too hard to make it a serious thing. And all of those moments could have just leaned harder into the hamminess. I still loved it. And I hadn't watched this movie in, I don't know, like probably since the year that it was released. No, I'm pretty sure that I watched it at least once more. But I could remember specifically the beats and the way that people's heads turned and like things that happened. I was like, this is going to happen next. And then it happened next exactly like how it was in my head. So clearly this movie etched itself into my brain. I can't even say without my permission, because even back then, I loved it. And I remember watching it and coming out of the theater being like, oh my God, that was the best, worst thing I've ever watched.
I couldn't agree harder. This movie, seriously, they could have like literally almost casted anyone else but Jean-Claude Van Damme. And I think this movie would have been a fucking hoot and a half. I can get behind the bad acting. A lot of really cheesy, corny one-liners. I mean, racial stereotypes, which... So many that it got to a point where you're like, all right, this has to be funny now. Like, what the fuck? You can be mad about it or you can laugh about it. I chose laughter because I was like, what?
Same.
They did not give a shit about any of that. And so I have a lot of fun with every scene that does not have Jean-Claude Van Damme in it. Because anytime he came on screen was when I'd be like, God, I fucking hate this movie. And then he'd leave, and then someone would say something really corny and kind of a flat tone, like trying too hard to be a good actor, but they're not. And I just lose my shit, just like hysterical. I'm like, this movie's so great. There's nothing better.
For real. Because the way Jean-Claude Van Damme, whenever he quote unquote acts, he has the worst delivery. Like his inflections are all wrong for the moment. And it doesn't land. Nothing lands except for his kicks. And those are because he's just worked really hard at them, unlike his acting. He does not have like proper comedic chops. Anything where you're laughing at him and it's actually intentional, it's because of something that somebody else is doing, not necessarily because of him. Yes. So yeah, they could have absolutely done without him and just elevated the movie that much more. So I think they were just like, okay, well, it's Guile and we need somebody with muscles. And literally there are like millions of other men you could have chosen who just pick some dude out of a Gold's Gym in the 1990s and he would have done a better job. Like some, like steroided up guy with like, just
crop top mesh tank tops.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
Real tough motherfucker.
I mean, like, you're telling me there weren't like a million of those just milling around waiting for somebody to be like, hi, are you busy for the next couple of months? Would you like to come with us to an undisclosed location to be among celebrities and be in a terrible movie? We will pay you money, American dollars, please. Otherwise, we're going to have to hire Jean-Claude Van Damme. Please save us.
Please don't make us do that.
Literally, they could have done that and they didn't. And you know what? I'm going to have to forgive them. I'm going to have to give them a pass because even in spite of him, it is gloriously cheesy and terrible. And with Raul specifically, even though he is the only one taking his role seriously, and much too seriously at that, the reason why it works is because he is very invested in like just being the character to the character's like most, to the fullest extent. And there are moments where you like catch the comedy behind it and that it's it's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be over the top. But there's one moment in particular when he's talking to, so General Bison is talking to DJ about how, like they just watched Colonel Guile get blown up, and DJ says, "That's great news, General. Congratulations." And Bison says, "On the contrary, I mourn." And DJ says, "Okay." For some reason, to me, that was like the best, the funniest thing in the entire movie, because Raul Julia is being so serious, and DJ is like, "Okay."
And there's just so many moments that are very similar, that it's in the same vein, that are just hysterical. Yes, I lost my shit at that one too. I liked a DJ. I was like, more of him, please.
Yes, exactly. The two of them together were so good because DJ does not care. He's just there because he's getting paid to be there. And Bison is like this, the definition of the megalomaniac and the person who thinks that they are the center of every room. Oh my God. And he's so good at it. He's so good at it. Like when he's getting revived in the suit, when the suit starts doing CPR compressions, and Raul Julia is just like, kind of like sticking out his chest a couple of like inches as the suit is inflating, and so he's just like, kind of like popping it. And he's so committed to it. You're like, this is what's making you the best actor, in this whole thing. And I don't care that it's a terrible movie. And you know what? Like, when it came out, I was so sad that it was his last movie. Not just because it was his last movie, but also because, like, to go out with this being his last movie, and I didn't want people to remember him for this silly character. But at the same time, like, I really appreciated what he brought to it. Like, he made it so much funnier than it needed to be by being so serious in the role. It's like, it's exactly what that role needed. And can I just say, this movie, very, very queer. I thought there were like so many like homoerotic things going on in this movie. Like, you cannot tell me that Ryu and Ken were not like holding hands somewhere. Like, it's Ryu and Ken, and it's Vega and Sagat, and at some point, like, maybe Zangief and Honda were cuddling while they're fighting. I would buy every last one of those ships. I will sail every last one of those ships. They were good ships. There was, the women were there to be like, see, not gay.
Yeah.
Like, we have girls here. And Guile is going to very awkwardly flirt with both of them.
Yeah.
And so, see, he is very straight.
So straight. I mean, did you see his kicks? So straight. Only a straight man can kick like that. Only
a straight man can say, yes, I'll give you an interview if you wear that dress.
Oh, God.
And make it sound so incredibly convincing, where you're like, absolutely, they're going to go bang right after this. But I mean, like, seriously, like, I do wonder, and I didn't think to look it up before, but I do wonder if there is like some contingent out there that was like, there is such a very strong undercurrent in this movie. I'm not even kidding. It's like those movies that people watch where they're like, there's so much subtext here. That's how it felt to me. But anyway.
Yes, I 100% agree with that, especially Ken and Ryu. Like,
yeah,
it was the most obvious with those two. The most. Yes. Every scene, I'm like, are you guys sure you're not just, you can say it's okay.
Right. Right. Like, yeah, like Ken is like, oh, Chun-Li is like looking at me. But it was like so offhanded, kind of like, oh, she's looking at me. Like, why is she looking at me?
Like, he's trying to play straight. Like, yeah,
yes,
that woman over there is looking at me, a man.
Yes, I am going to go seek out this woman voluntarily because it's what I want to do with my time right now.
Because
Ken,
I am
will you still
a man.
be here? Yeah, exactly. Ken, will you still be here when I come back, please? Please? Babe, I mean Ken. I mean Ryu.
Babe, I mean Ken. Oh, God, that's hilarious. Yeah, those two are they're definitely in love.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, Raul, I mean, everything you said about Raul in this movie, I is perfect. Like I love how serious he did take this role. He researched other dictators and took on different parts of their personality, like, or just, things about them. Like, I think I read like Hitler and his art, and like maybe Mussolini and like how he stood, or the way they, some of them spoke and this and that. And so I love that he went into this and played it completely 100% legit, and that he saves this movie from being just absolutely unwatchable to watchable. And okay, now I can see the funny bits, and now I can appreciate parts of this movie, all the parts that do not have Jean-Claude Van Damme in it. So, do you know what was the one, there was like the one zombie movie, I can't think of what it's called now, but it had like Batista and...
Oh my God. Army of Dead?
Army of the Dead.
Was it? I think so, yeah.
And they had like one guy that was like cast in it, and then there were like allegations, so they fired him.
Yes.
And then they digitally replaced him with Tig Notaro. Can we do that?
Yes. Oh my God. Please. Can you imagine? Oh my God. I would absolutely watch it on like a movie release. I would go and make a whole day out of watching it at a movie theater. I would like have like, I would find a way to make like a Street Fighter themed meal and have that before going to watch the movie in theaters, and then go out and get dessert and then go and watch it again.
Yes.
I would do that.
It would be absolutely amazing. Or a Muppet. Throw Kermit or Fozzie or some shit in there. I don't care. Gonzo. It's got to be Gonzo.
Exactly. You know what? That's fine by me. And you can even keep the kicks. All the parts where he doesn't talk and just kicks, keep them in there. That's fine by me. That way you're saving money, and you don't need to hire like another stunt person. You don't need to like, digitally remove him and add him to like and add the new person to those specific, very specific, only those moments. Everything else, get the guy out of there.
Yeah. See, here we go again. We've got amazing ideas.
Just improving the world one movie at a time.
Yeah. More people need to listen to us. So yes.
For real.
Let's replace Jean-Claude Van Damme with Tig Notaro or a Muppet. Literally anybody else. It could be goddamn Forky from Toy Story. I don't give a shit. Anyone but that motherfucker. I cannot stand him. Oh,
I mean, if you want to go premium, you get Ryan Gosling as Ken, as Guile.
Mojo
go really deep in there. I'm just Guile.
Oh,
that's the movie I want. That's the world I want to live in.
Please and thank you. Just in time. Look, there's plenty of time to make this, so it's a holiday release.
Yes, exactly. I mean, how long can it possibly take you?
Couldn't take you that long. I mean, it's still early enough. Let's go.
Exactly. Make it work. Make it work, please.
Please. We all need this. The world needs this to heal.
Yes.
Oh my God. Give us something.
We don't ask for much, man. World peace. Shit. What's that? Give me this movie with Ryan Gosling as Ken as Guile.
Oh my God. That would be so fucking fantastic. I'm just picturing like Mojo Dojo Casa House Ken trying to dress as Giles.
Mojo Dojo Casa Submarine.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, that was good. That was good. I enjoyed that. I guess not much else to say after that.
You mean about that stellar movie?
It's still the best movie.
That is so deep.
Gonna win all the awards.
All of them.
All of them. So, One thing I did read on IMDb about this movie was Jean-Claude Van Damme was just a gigantic pain in the ass between his ego and his super duper mega cocaine addiction. However, conversely, apparently Raul and Kylie Minogue were both praised for their kindness, their professionalism, and just kind of all around being good people. So,
yeah. And you know what? That tracks. That absolutely tracks, because everything I've ever heard about Raul Julia has been that he is a consummate professional, that he is a joy to work with, that he made everybody else's job easier. I have not heard much about Ms. Minogue. I'm just not very familiar with her oeuvre, as it were. But Raul Julia, I've heard nothing but good things.
Yes, agreed. All right, and on to the last movie we're going to be talking about today, and that is the Addams Family. So, Carla, what are your general thoughts on the Addams Family?
You were absolutely right when you said it's a perfect movie. It's a movie that, you know what? Yeah, it's very, whatever. It's silly, but it's fun. And it's not silly in a way where you feel like you wasted your time. It's silly in a way where you just enjoyed yourself and lost yourself in something kind of weird and meaningless, but that still, I think, is one of the best things about going to the movies. Just, you know, where you can just enjoy something for the sake of enjoying it, where you don't have to like analyze it. There's nothing deep about it, and there doesn't need to be anything deep about it. It has really great performances because these people really committed to their roles. Raul Julia is the Gomez, and when they announced the cast for the movie to start, I was sold immediately because I already loved him. But you know, him and Angelica and Christina, they were like just three of the people that I admired so much as actors in that era. I thought that they were just fantastic. And Christina Ricci, just from the beginning, has always just been so captivating.
Yes.
And in this, she was like the only choice for Wednesday Addams. You know, like I know Jenna Ortega now is great, whatever. But just Christina Ricci, whoa, amazing.
Yeah.
But what Raul did as Gomez, because the original show, and I used to watch it on the reruns wherever it aired. I forget what channel aired it, but I used to watch the reruns, and I was so in love with that and with the Munsters, with the Addams Family and with the Munsters, because they had them like I think back to back. So when they announced that they were doing a movie, I was like, I don't know. But then they announced the cast, and I'm like, they picked the right people. You could not have a more Morticia looking person than Angelica. You know, like. Dead on, and the way that they lit her eyes, which is so funny to me.
Yes, I love it all the time. When I was a kid, I was like, "How do you get?" I was like, "I want Morticia Addams' eyes," and just like, I'm like, "Oh my god, I want to know his perfection."
Yes, but then her chemistry with Raul, off the charts. Like, you know, you kind of hope when you see a casting list that it's going to work out well on the screen and that you're going to enjoy it. But they knocked it out of the park. And what Raul did as Gomez, I thought was, yeah, there's a lot of romance and a lot of like sexiness and all of that. But there's also a lot of respect. And I think that that's what really comes across, is that he really respects his wife. It's not just this, you know, huge abiding love, which it is. And it's not just the extreme attraction. It is an enduring infatuation in the best way, not in like a toxic way where it's like he's putting her on a pedestal just because she's paying attention to him. They really mesh well together, and he appreciates everything about her, and he champions her, and he really wants her to be happy in whatever way will make her happy. And yeah, the way that makes her happy involves a lot of pain, apparently, but that's their bag. And you know what? I'm here for that. Like, let's not kink shame the Addamses. You know, if they're enjoying getting out the ball and chain, like in the most literal sense, let them enjoy it. What do you care? Stay out of their bedroom.
Stay off their little quartering cross thing and their red hot pokers if you got issues with that.
Yeah, you don't have to participate. I'm sure they wouldn't mind, but you don't have to.
They'd be open to it. They're not going to judge.
Yes, exactly. And you know what? Like that too is one thing that I think was like kind of underrated at the time is that they were, and it's portrayed as a comedic thing and as just like, oh, they're so weird. But I really like that they are so open-minded about everything. It may be played for laughs, but I think it's also kind of important to kind of normalize that sometimes couples enjoy being together in ways that maybe your mom didn't tell you about and that you didn't read about in your romance novels and in your sex ed class. They were talking about, when a man really loves a woman, he holds her hand and he kisses her gently and tells her that she's pretty and he buys her chocolates. But sometimes he also, might, use a knife because she asked.
Yeah.
There might be whips involved. Yeah. And it's always because that's what she wants.
Mm-hmm. Just there to please his lady.
Yes.
He's such a good man. Yeah. His Gomez Addams really set the bar high for green flag guys. Let's be honest.
Oh my God, yes.
I mean, from how he treats Morticia to even how he is kind and like nurtures his kids. He doesn't chastise them, even when they're just kind of teasing each other at the breakfast table. He's just kind of got that, oh, my kids. Like, oh, look at them. They're so adorable. They grow up so fast trying to murder each other. It's just endearing, and just incredibly sexy. Like, yowza, that man can absolutely take a red hot poker to me. I don't care.
Right? Exactly. Like he's going to have people trying things that they never knew that they were down to try. Because, first of all, because he asked so nicely.
That's right.
But that's the other thing. It's like so much about what makes this particular iteration of Gomez so hot is the constant consent that, he's always touching her in ways that she appreciates and doing things that she wants to do. And he goes to like open the curtains, but he asks her first, like, is this kind of what you want? And oh my God, just completely mind blowing. And exactly what you said, set the bar for the green flag guys, because if you're not giving me all of that, what are you even doing? Exactly.
If you're not giving me Gomez Addams level of like affection, respect, appreciation, and sweet talk, then goodbye. Goodbye. Go.
Like you don't even have to throw a knife really well or spin me until my feet start smoking. Yeah. I don't need all that.
I'll put up with your weird model train obsessions and crashing them. Like, it's fine. It's sexy. So, yeah, Morticia is one lucky, lucky lady. And I've always loved Angelica Houston's quote where when asked if she would ever come back to play Morticia, and she, I guess, has said, not without her Gomez. Aww. That is the kind of love and respect that you just love to see and hear about between two actors, especially when their chemistry is so palatable on screen. Yeah. Where you're just like, are you sure you guys aren't a couple in real life?
Right?
Because you guys are just, you're really great actors then. You're phenomenal actors.
For real though, because like you could totally buy them as being real partners because they play so perfectly well off of each other. And I think that also, it speaks to like how good they both are. But since we're talking specifically about Raul Julia, I think that he just creates chemistry anywhere he goes. Like he can really have great chemistry with just about anybody. Like even in Street Fighter, like part of the reason that his scenes with DJ were so good and so funny is because he creates that kind of, like trusting space between them. And he's I think a very generous scene partner, because he absolutely can take all the shine, but he's working with the person that he's working with. He's not trying to overshadow them. He just happens to have a larger than life personality, you know. And I sent you that clip of him and Meryl Streep playing out that one scene from Much Ado About Nothing, and that is like the benchmark of how people should work together, where they're working together and they're creating chemistry by being generous to each other and by being respectful of their scene partners. And again, even in a movie as silly as Street Fighter, to have that come through, it just shows you like the level of talent that he had.
At 100%. You know, you're right. He is a generous scene partner because it's like, yeah, he's not there to purposefully outshine everyone. It's like you said, he just naturally had that ability to do so, but he was also gracious enough to give people, his scene partners, those opportunities as well. And I mean, and it, like, I don't know, it just kind of comes across in almost, well, in everything that I've seen him in so far. So these 3 movies, and
Yeah.
and it's just, and you love to see it. You love to feel that because, and especially like with the Addams Family, you get that sense that he had so much fun. Like everyone had a good time making this movie. And according to IMDb, you know, after the movie came out and everything, he would often be recognized for Gomez Addams. And so he would lean into it and he would interact with the fans and kind of play it up for kids.
God.
And I guess he'd said that, you know, that brought him a great amount of joy and happiness. He loved being able to do that for the fans, for the kids. And also per IMDb, I guess he had agreed to do Street Fighter because his kids were into Street Fighter and he wanted to be in something that his kids would enjoy. But then it happened to be Street Fighter. But it's like, listen, my dude, you gave your kids and all of us that with the Addams Family. So
yes,
it didn't happen with Street Fighter and as General Bison, which is okay, even though he does a great job. He wears the shit out of that crazy ass costume.
He does, yeah.
You know, but in Addams Family, he's such a snazzy dresser, so sleek. He goes, his like Rescue Morticia outfit, I'm sorry, it's still like, he's still like in a suit and vest button, but it's like, it's just so sexy without being like overly sexy. I can't even take it. So, but
it's true though. Like,
No, I was just saying he's fantastic. I love him to pieces, and you can tell all of that energy that he has. That as the kids say, what is it like the aura? He's got the Riz. The Riz.
Yes.
Yeah, aura farming. That's what it is.
Aura farming, yeah.
Dude,
yeah,
that man aura farmed his whole fucking life. He's good to go. So, but the way he plays Gomez, so charismatic, a loving, supportive, doting family man that can sing, dance, fight, love, multilingual, French, not Spanish.
Italian too.
Italian,
like he's like throwing around like the cara mia and the mon cher and all of that, but not like mi amorcito.
Again. And like snazzy dresser, super loaded, excellent swordsman, and kinky. So again, what more do we want?
The whole package. That man was the whole package.
And he knows ASL and Morse code.
Oh my God.
Multiple ways to communicate with this man.
You will never, ever complain that he doesn't communicate well. Like, you'll never go on Reddit stories and be like, hey, Reddit, me, 54, undead, female. My husband, 54, undead, male, doesn't communicate with me. I've tried giving him all kinds of symbols, and I've tried speaking to him in multiple languages, but he just doesn't respond. Is it me? What am I doing wrong? AITA?
No, you're just not married to Gomez. It's not your fault.
There you go. That's the problem. But let me, and please believe me when I tell you that if that man had Gomez in my face, I would have been dead on the spot. I would not have survived that encounter. If that had happened to me in my life, I would still be wherever I was standing at that moment, trying to get over it.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that. That seems like that would be appropriate, accurate, and only response.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how Angelica managed, because how do you? How do you?
How do you? I don't know. But she is stunning and captivating all in of herself. So
That's true.
You know, for Raul to be able to maintain his composure and professionalism working alongside Angelica Houston, I mean,
that's a double smoke show right there.
For sure, 100%. All these sexy casts.
For real.
Yep. And also, again, with Gomez being like the greenest of flags, you know, even though it wasn't on the list, and Addams Family too, and Wednesday gets sent to summer camp and she meets a nice boy there. Like, poor every man coming up to Wednesday Addams, because listen, if you are not her Gomez, she wants nothing to do with you, to the point where she dresses this boy as Gomez. And she's like, listen, this is what you're going to do with the little mustache.
And oh my God, I love David Krumholtz.
Yes.
I had forgotten that he was in this movie, and I actually ended up watching it this afternoon. And I was like, oh my, I'm telling you, like, stack cast, both movies. But yeah, like when he's all dressed up at the end, just like Gomez, and with like the little mustache, and he's like, "Cara mia," like when they're at the fens.
Yes. So again, like to the point where his daughter is literally dressing her boyfriends up to emulate that. So
yeah,
my God, this was like, yeah. Definitely by far the best, favorite, well-known, well-loved role of his definitely has to be Gomez Addams. I know he won an award for a movie that I wanted to watch, but I couldn't find it anywhere. The Chico Mendes story. And I had read that he had won posthumously or posthumous, like after death award
Posthumous.
for it. But it's spelled posthumously, isn't it? Like, those are the letters, right? In that order.
I feel like posthumous is when you have that feeling of like your abs hurt and you forget why for a while, and you're like, oh yeah, I laughed really hard a little bit ago, and your throat kind of hurts, and you're like, am I getting sick? Oh no, I just laughed.
Okay. Posthumous. Okay. So it's like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm a little sidetracked now. Posthumous. Posthumous. Yes. Say things how they're spelled.
Okay, please have a talk with the entirety of the English language. It would have made my life so much easier when I first came here and didn't know any English. And people are like, oh, hey, this is our student, Sean. And I'm like, why is his name Sean when I spelled San? Mm-hmm. You're telling me that like this is the word here is C, and now you add an N and it's suddenly Sean? Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah. I never realized how fucked up the English language was until I had kids and had to explain the differences. And then I'm just like, I hate every second of this because it is dumb. And I remember in high school, our Spanish teacher just being like, everyone thinks Spanish is so hard to learn. She's like, it really isn't. You know, the conjugations can be a little tricky. She's like, but English is a difficult language to learn. And of course, you know, we're all just like, oh, whatever you talking about. Now I'm just like, damn, bitch was right. This is a fucked up language. And Spanish is, I still get fucked up on the conjugations, sure, but come on, like patience and patience and sun, red and read. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Hey, thank you. Like the 15,000 uses of that. Mm-hmm. What are we doing?
So I'm sorry, that was my little rant. But all right. Any other Stray Bubbles final thoughts for Addams Family or any of these films?
Slightly off topic, but I think Joan Cusack, that was like the hottest she has ever looked, ever. Oh my God. You're talking about smoke shows, like that scene where it's like her and Gomez and Morticia, and it's like three ridiculously hot people staring you in the face, and you're like, what am I even doing with my life? Yeah. Like, whoa. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. No, and she's so much fun in that role. And honestly, and I know I've seen people point this out on the old internets there before, but it's like, you know, at the end when she's got everyone in the electric chair, like they feel for her. She's like, Malibu Barbie. And they're just like, oh, like they would have accepted her. If they knew that she was the Black Widow from the get-go, they'd have been like, oh my God, you must meet our great aunt Widow Black or whatever. Yes. I don't fucking know. So
no, but absolutely, like she could have found like a family if she hadn't been so intent on murdering Fester. And listen, like, I'm sorry, Fester was never going to be attractive to her. Just, it was never going to happen. But she still could have found some way to like become family. Like that one lady from the first movie who ended up marrying cousin It and having like little baby what?
Little baby what?
You know, like cousin It is not exactly conventionally attractive either. But, you know, whatever, it worked for them. And then she comes along and is like, oh, I just want Fester's money and I don't want anything to do with his family. Who would have accepted me 100%? But, you know, whatever, you do you.
Yep. The only thing Morticia could never forgive, pastels. And I always love that scene too, because like that was the last straw for what was her name? Debbie. She's like, get out. Like you can criticize her being a murderer and trying to kill Fester and tear the family apart, but pastels, I
mean, you got to draw the line somewhere. Yeah. With your in-laws, absolutely. I'm dying on this pastel hill. Baby blue is for me.
Yeah. Oh, all right. And yeah, the second Addams Family is also just a fun, amazing movie. I always kind of look at that one as more of like about the kids, since it's less about like the family as a whole, but the kids, and then yes, Fester and everything. So it sometimes feels like Gomez and Morticia take a little bit of a backseat in that one, and that's all right because they really shine. They steal every scene that they're in. They're so in love. They have some weird, adorable, creepy-looking baby that is an Addams. He's an Addams.
I love that. And you know what? We should all be more like that. You know, it's why do we need gender reveals? Just, it's an Addams. Like, you don't need to say anything else.
Exactly. He's an Addams. I will say, when I was a kid, it always kind of irritated me that at the end of the first movie, Morticia's knitting. She's knitting like a little baby outfit, and it's got like 3 legs. Yeah. And then they have a normal baby. So I've always just been like, what happened to that? The thing that she knitted? Who's wearing it?
She was really hoping, and then it just came out kind of normal. And she's like, all right, I guess we're doing this.
I guess we're just having a normal human.
Anyway.
Yeah, right.
And you know, for me, this is one of the rare instances in which a sequel is better than the original.
Yeah.
Like, I loved Addams Family Values more than I loved the Addams Family, and that was a high bar to clear.
That is a very high bar to clear. And, you know, and I think for me, it's very difficult because there's a lot of things about the second one that I love. I mean, Jesus Christ. Wednesday and Pugsley go to camp. Wednesday playing them all and like smiling. And as a child, that was one of the most terrifying and worrisome things I'd ever witnessed in my entire life, was like a happy Wednesday.
Right.
No, break my goth heart. Don't do it.
Maybe she's going to end up wearing pastels. What are we doing here?
Oh, no. Oh, my God. She's going to have like a reverse makeover like in Breakfast Club. She's going to come out, in pastels.
Oh, yes, you're right. Oh, reliving that trauma. That was hard.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring that up.
Wow. I need a moment.
I tried to end on a happy note. I'm sorry. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for those three movies. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the Midwest Goodbye. And that is the beginning of the end. We've done our whelp knee slap and we're going to go stand at the door and chat for a little longer because that's what we do in the Midwest. So first up is the 6 Degrees of Nicolas Cage. And we're just going to connect Raul Julia to Nicolas in 6 steps or less. We didn't have to necessarily use any of these three movies, but I thought for the birthday theme month, Raul Julia to Nicolas Cage. So, Carla, how did you do?
Well, give me 1 second because I need to find it.
Mm-hmm.
I've started titling my notes just so that I know what I'm doing. And then I realized that that's not a good idea because I don't remember the titles of my notes. So.
I love it.
It's okay, though. I found it.
All right.
Okay, so Raul Julia was in Presumed Innocent, as we both know, with Joe Grifasi, whom I have absolutely heard of before, who was in Moonstruck with Nicolas Cage.
Oh, very good. So I went with Street Fighter. Raul stars alongside Ming-Na Wen, which that woman is ageless. That's all I'm going to fucking say. Holy shit. Because when I was watching, I was like, what is she, like 12 in this? Like, how long has she been acting? So that's why I had to look up her age.
She's 24 now, so I don't know.
It's super weird, so.
This is how you know time travel is real and they're just gatekeeping it from us.
That's right. Just Ming-Na Wen. That's all the proof you need. She was in The Mandalorian with Pedro Pascal, who is in Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. So,
that's a brilliant one. That's a brilliant connection.
Well, thank you. And I like her character in Star Wars. She's also a bounty hunter. She's Fennec Shand.
Yes,
I have her Funko Pop somewhere up there.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Underrated character. We need more of her.
I agree. More of her everywhere, please.
Yes.
All right. And up next is what's been streaming in your bubble. So, Carla, what else have you been watching or what you've been reading? Just what you've been up to.
Okay, so as you know, I am slightly obsessed with Smosh. Only a little bit. Only a tiny bit.
Only a smosh.
Yeah. Just smushy smosh. Smushy smosh. And so on Saturdays, they have like mostly daily videos, but on Saturdays they have a video on their Smosh Pit channel, and it's their Smosh Reads Reddit Stories. And it's pretty much my favorite Smosh thing aside from the summer games. And there was one with two people that are two of my favorite Smosh people, Angela and Damien. And so I wanted to save that for a moment where I could like really savor it and enjoy it. And then that turned into, okay, I can't watch any of them until I have a moment to just enjoy and savor that one. And the next thing you know, it's been a month and now I have 4 Smosh Reddit Stories videos and they're all like an hour to an hour and a half a piece. Mm-hmm. So I've accumulated a lot of content that I need to watch. So the other day I sat down with my crochet project because I am now, crocheting like a proper elderly. Yay! And watching my stories, as in like literally Smosh Reddit stories. Mm-hmm. So I did like 2 videos. So it was 2.5, 3 hours of crocheting while watching Smosh Reads Reddit stories, and my hand hurts, but I'm happy.
That's awesome. What are you crocheting?
I'm in a very much a blanket phase because I'm lazy and I don't want to do wearables. I admire the people who can make sweaters and stuff like that. I don't care. Mm-hmm. I want something that is I can make the exact number of lines over and over and over and over again so that I can listen to my audiobooks or watch Smosh Reddit stories and have that on while I'm crocheting. Mm-hmm. I recently sent a blanket that I made to my nephew who did not ask for one, but this is what he gets for being my nephew and moving somewhere cold.
Aw, that's so sweet. And whatever. Blankets are great. Everyone could use more blankets,
Yes.
It's like, and I see, people knit and crochet really awesome, very cute stuff. But I also can't help but think about like what that feels like when you start to get like a little warm and I run hot.
Yes, same.
I was doing the dishes and I busted a sweat today because I'm in my 40s and I can't do anything without just pouring sweat from my pores. So
Yeah.
I just think like, I don't know. And then I kind of get the icks thinking about how that
Yes.
feels like. And then I'm just like,
Same.
"Ugh."
And see, that's the other thing. Like, I love the idea of making wearables. I can't imagine wearing a wearable because I'm like, I'm going to be sweating. And I don't want that.
Mm-mm. No, thanks. So, well, that's awesome. Good job on the crocheting. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
I struggle with the counting.
Yeah, no, I don't bother.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's either going to come out even or it's not. But either way, here's a blanket.
I love that mentality going into it. Back when I first started to learn how to crochet, I was doing, blankets because I was like, well, I can't be bothered to count. I don't need to count. But I was also rewatching Game of Thrones and I was like, oh, I need to pay a little bit more attention. My shit was all fucked up. I had to like undo several rows and I was like, I'm done for the night. I was so irritated with myself.
See, when I start like missing stuff because I had one that has like it's the block stitch, so there are a bunch of like doubles, and you do like series of threes, and I knew that I needed to put it down when I did like one, and then another one had two, and then all the rest of them were fine. I was like, no, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Clearly, this is God telling me, Carla, you're done here.
It's time to put the needle and yarn down, get some rest.
Yeah.
So, well, that's awesome. So I can't wait to see which blanket you make next. Do you use like different weights? I'm sorry to get all nerdy about crochet.
Oh no, I'm happy to talk about it. So I've been mostly using like it's the worsted worsted weight, like the 4, the medium, and most of them have been with like a 5 to a 5.5 hook. This is the first one that it's a little chunkier, and I'm using a 6. So I'm like, oh, this is interesting, and I've learned that I love the idea of using pure wool yarn. The one blanket that I made with it, I hated it because it just kept splitting.
Oh, yeah, that would suck.
Yeah. And that smallish blanket took me like 3 months to make because it was so hard. So I don't like the idea of acrylic, but also I like my life to be easier.
No, I get you
So,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, very cool. All right. Let's see. For me, I was pod prepping for an episode with my buddy Dozer. He and I do pretty much all of the original versus remakes. But this time we were just going to cover Ash versus Evil Dead, the series, because we had covered the Evil Dead movies early in the podcast life, like around when I first started, years ago. So I was like, all right, this is finally a time for me to sit down and watch it. Like I'd started watching it years and years ago, got like a couple episodes in, was like, this is amazing, but didn't finish it for whatever reason. Love it. I absolutely love this show. It's so much fun. We were supposed to record the other day on Ash Wednesday. Which would have been perfect, but Dozer had to push it back. He texted me that he has gone down a rabbit hole. So I don't entirely know what that means. I mean, I have an idea. So we still have yet to record it, but I've just been enjoying that show. It's a fucking hoot. And then I went and rewatched Evil Dead 2 the other day because I was like, I love these movies. I love this world.
Fantastic films, yeah.
I love Ash in all his like glorious inappropriateness. And then just sometimes for background, I've been putting on the Ghost Brothers because I love my ghost hunting shows. These guys are just a fucking hoot. And the Travel Channel robbed them because they only got like 2 shows with like 2 seasons each. And meanwhile, Zach Baggins is out there with like 48 fucking shows and he doesn't even leave fucking Nevada. And it's like, how you gonna be on the Travel Channel? You don't fucking travel. So they need to throw him into the garbage and bring back the Ghost Brothers because they did not get a proper shot. And I love them. They are hilarious. They're much better to watch. They're so much more relaxed than a lot of other ghost hunting shows. They bring a bit of humor with them. They tease each other. But the biggest difference is when they get a voice or any kind of evidence, they don't scream and shout and hoot and holler like it's their first day on the fucking job.
I would hate watching that.
Other hosts and shows do. Oh, yeah. Ghost Adventures 30 fucking seasons later. And it's like the first time they've ever caught anything, the way they fucking scream.
Oh my God.
But the Ghost Brothers, they ask a question, they'll get an answer, and they'll ask another question. And sometimes their questions can be a little silly too. And I love that about them. So just a way more relaxed vibe to them. So it's unfair and they need to bring them back because also Black ghost hunters. Come on.
Oh my God. Well, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You would think that like the only people who believe in ghosts are white.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's because they can. It's totally random in my ADHD brain because you said white. So I thought of white people. I had to explain to my youngest son the other day the slur, air quote, slur crackers.
Oh, really?
So that was a lot of fun. And I was like, yeah, white people don't really have like a slur. Like, Black people, there's the N-word where it's so bad you can't actually say the word.
Right.
He's like, yeah. I was like, you can call someone cracker or honky, mayo, white bread, Wonder Bread. And he's like, so white food. I was like, yep. I question whether or not I should be a mom, but I am having a hoot.
Well, listen, not all of us can be Morticia.
That is true.
We can only aspire.
Mm-hmm. Although I tried to be Morticia a couple Halloweens. So.
Oh my God, amazing.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is going to do it for us today. So, Carla, thank you so much for joining me today to celebrate Raul Julia's birthday. This has been an absolute blast, and I hope you didn't mind the movies too much.
I did not.
Well, that's good. We're both done with Presumed Innocent, but we agree it's just fast forward, watch his scenes, and you're good. All right.
Exactly. Yes.
Everyone's
and
trash,
I got to rewatch. I got to relive the joy of watching Street Fighter and looking at Vega. So you know what? My time was well spent.
Yes. Happy to hear it. All right. If you want to go ahead and let the listeners know where they can find, follow, and support your podcast.
Thank you very much. You can find OK Real Quick Pod wherever you found this podcast. You can listen to my episodes about books and movies and TV shows and ants and cats. Yes, all of that is real. You can find that. You can find our social media wherever you social your media by looking at OK Real Quick Pod or my social media at Carlatemis. And I have a website called carlatemis.com to make it simple for everybody. That's CARLATEMIS.com.
Excellent. So make sure you go and support Carla because she's very worthy of support. So y'all got to do that because she's a bubble pro. She's an artist. She's a mom. Like, come on. Could we be more multifaceted?
Right? Like, we're doing it all.
We're doing it all. Girl boss. Sorry. I tried to do a hair flip.
Hashtag girl boss.
And if you aren't already, make sure you are following this podcast on all your favorite social medias. Just go ahead and search My Streaming Bubble and I shall pop on up there for you. And then make sure that you are following and sharing your favorite episodes from a podcast player near you. And then do all of those same things for the monthly podcast that I co-host with Aaron from It's a Fandom Thing called Twin It to Win It, where we guess how the other one feels about different horror movies. So Just, we're on social media. Search us, Twin It Podcast. Follow us, share your favorite episodes. Let us know if there's one that you would like us to cover that maybe we haven't, and we'll think about it. But until next time, thank you, Carla, again for joining me today. Thank you to all my listeners for listening, and keep streaming. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
If you're enjoying this podcast, be sure to let me know by rating and reviewing on a podcast player near you, and by sharing your favorite episodes with your friends, family, and mail carrier. Then be sure to follow me on all your favorite socials like Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. Just search My Streaming Bubble and I should pop on up there for ya. If you have suggestions on what I should stream in my bubble next, or you want to be tolerated, send an email to mystreamingbubble@gmail.com. Looking for merch? Stop by my Redbubble store where you can find and buy My Streaming Bubble stickers, hats, shirts, and more. You can also head over to buymeacoffee.com and, buy me a coffee. Need more podcast me in your life? Then be sure to check out my other podcast, Twin It to Win It. That's a monthly podcast that I co-host with my podcast brain twin, Erin from It's a Fandom Thing, where we test our twinningness by trying to guess if we both feel the same way about different horror movies. You can find and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. And most importantly, you can listen, rate, review, and share from most podcast players. Thank you for your support, and keep streaming. Goodbye.